Hey everyone, here are the best new mods of the week in Baldur's Gate 3's mod manager plus Nexus mods. We have 17 different mods here to look at, including the Elden Ring Talisman. We got Doom Guy in Baldur's Gate 3, new camera angles for the character creator, as well as DINOMANCY, new weapons, and a lot more. Now, I was a fan of Doom the Dark Ages, which released last summer, and there's a new DLC that just released, and we now can play as Doom Guy in Baldur's Gate 3, thanks to Skirby here with their Beast of Avernus progressive equipment set. And yes, you can dual wield the super shotguns here. It is so cool. So there's the attack animations. And it can come in different colors. Now, this is a progressive armor set here, like Skirby's other mods, so you're going to get this here in a set. You have the helmet, which makes it so you cannot be blind, you cannot be frightened, you get dexterity saving throw bonuses, and the following benefits there. This will also scale up its armor class alongside your level. Dropping below 50% health points will give you Wrath, increasing your attack damage, as well as a +2 to armor class, and also gives +1 to Constitution. The gloves here are going to give the following benefits alongside the boots. The weapons here deal pure force damage, ignoring resistances and immunities. And you can rip and tear with this. There's some weapon actions here, and BFS, I'll let you imagine what that means. The shield here also has some different abilities alongside the different shotguns, and these are counted as hand crossbows and light, so you can dual wield them like you saw there. Now, they do have unique animations here, so I'll show you what these look like. So yeah, some pretty cool stuff here. The Avernus breakers, so you can go ahead with that. And boom. Rip and tear lets you move around the battlefield like you see there. And then we also have some different shotguns like the spread shot here, which lets you attack in a huge area of effect. And this is worth checking out if you're a fan of the series, and even if you're not. And next up, we have the Elden Ring Talisman here by Prednox. Now, with this mod, it adds in 60 new talisman from Elden Ring, and 12 of them from the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. And some of them will act as rings. They keep benefits similar to what they would do in base game Elden Ring, and each of the acts is going to have a variety of different ones involved in it. So 20 in Act 1, 20 in Act 2, and then 32 in Act 3 from various traders and locations. Now, I downloaded this, was having some issues. I have a lot of mods installed. Spent a couple hours trying to get all the load orders sorted out here, unfortunately. And if I wanted to post a video today, I had to talk about it now. But these do add things like an additional 5 hit points, only a +1 to ability scores in Act 1, so they do stay balanced within each of the acts. And for example, like these scorpion chains will give you bonus damage of a certain type, but on top of that makes you vulnerable to that damage type. So there's a lot of really cool ideas here and something for everyone, especially if you're a fan of Elden Ring. And next up, we have the Daughter of Bhaal Dagger here by Hound Bullets. This adds in an item, and it's going to be in the camp chest, not your tutorial chest here. These daggers here look really cool. So they do come with a variety of different abilities here. So for example, you get a +1 to attack rolls, spell save DC for every foe that you slay, possibly inflict bleeding when hitting a creature from hiding or invisible, and you also apply Bane on strike. If you drop below 50% health points, you will apply an additional 1d4 slashing on attack, and if a target is burned, they'll get an additional 1d4 slashing and piercing damage. Dropping below 50% health also gives you Wrath, and the target must succeed a saving throw of DC 8 Constitution, or they'll get burned, which will again apply all that extra damage. Really cool concept, and I like the look of these here. They feel lore appropriate, and you'll be able to find these as well in the late game if you become Bhaal's chosen. So there is the Daughter of Bhaal Daggers by Hound Bullets. Next up, we got the Eilistrae's Moonsword here by SA_Foxhead. And there's multiple commonly accepted ways to pronounce this word. I always get comments pretty much every single day regarding that, but this is a cool new sword that is obviously very lore appropriate, as there are some weapons similar to it in the game. This looks really cool, and it's another item that you have to find in the world. So for the sake of showcase, some of these mods are a little bit difficult for me to actually showcase because I can't go back and jump through the acts to be able to grab all these things. So this will give you an additional 5 damage on successful attacks, 10 feet of movement speed, critical hits on an 18 to 20, and when you have the sword equipped, you can use musical instruments. Really cool looking sword, and yeah, lore appropriate as well. Love this mod here by SA Foxhead. And next up is the Hallowleafs Dynamic Appearances by What's on the Flip. This gives new appearances to Shadowheart's family, and they'll change their clothes between like long rests. I think this is really cool. So there's the different variants, the Lunite versus the Dark Justiciar. And pretty cool stuff. I did see this mod earlier when I was playing around. Unfortunately, at the current moment, we are Spider-Man far from home in a different map location, but it is a really sweet mod here because of the new outfits, and it just breathes life into this, especially if you're a big Shadowheart fan. You're likely going to be saving her parents in a number of your playthroughs, so to see something a little bit different and new is quite refreshing. And also cool that it does have a different form depending on if you're a good or an evil aligned playthrough. So that is by What's on the Flip. Next up, we got the Ember's Wardrobe 13-hour court outfit by Arifel here. These items will also give different benefits to your character, and there's also like a necklace as well as a cane style weapon here. You can purchase these in Act 3 of the Chromatic Scale, and also there's a summoning potion. I'm not sure what mod of mine is causing an issue with it to pop up, but I did have this last week earlier when I was messing around with this. And it also comes with a owlbear cub wild shape form. It's really cute, and photo mode does make it glitch out. So yeah, really sweet outfit here. Highly recommend checking this one out, and you can dye it. Also available for half orc and gifts. That is by Arafel there. Next up, we got the Circle of Dinomancy by Dur_Sprinter. And one thing I really appreciate about this mod, something I do with mine, is it is all hand-drawn. Now, this is a dinosaur-themed druid subclass here. You get the ability with this to use the wild-shaped Dilophosaurus as a bonus action. And we get the Regenerating Bite, which lets you recover health as you attack a target. So that is really sweet right here at level 2. Level 3 gives you the Hunter's Focus, gaining a +1 bonus attack and armor class for 10 turns as a bonus action, using up a spell slot. Level 6 gives you the Intimidating Roar ability here, so hostile targets drop everything and become fearful, getting disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. Kind of similar to the Fear spell, however, with a Dinosaur Roar. And possibly my favorite ability for this is the Emergency Dinosaur. If you reach 0 hit points, well, you wild shape into Dilophosaur instead of becoming down. So, huge ability. I love that. I'm not going to spoil anything. If you scroll down to the bottom of the mod description, there's a little post-credit scene that talks about a way you can get a second wild shape form. So, highly recommend checking that out. And a little heads up, anytime that you enjoy a mod out there, I highly recommend going ahead and leaving feedback positively on the mod. It means a lot to the mod authors who are putting hundreds of hours of work into these things. So just go ahead and do it. It makes people's day. Trying to showcase a different head mod here, but not having the best of luck. Alright, we've returned, and you can now see the mod outfits here for Shadowheart's parents. But next up we have the Sister Collection 2 Elturial Nobles heads here by Tabledabble. And you can also see the new character creation camera angle mod here. But we have 2 new heads with this sister collection here. The Agna head here, so that is what this one here looks like. And also we have Honey. So 2 really nice new head styles. And I'll go over some of their images here because they do a good job of capturing what you can do with these mods. So I'm just going to quickly go through their shots for this as well, so you get an idea of what is possible with this mod. But yeah, that is the second Sister Collection mod here by Tabledabble. We covered one last week. Next up, we got the Weave Woven Visages here by Voltes 8. And this one also adds in 2 new heads here. So the head Slovenia, and it also adds in the head Yasunia. So these are the 2 options. I think these are really nice because they just, again, more options in Baldur's Gate 3 is always nice. And again, I'll go through some of their images so you get an idea of what these all look like. And there's even heads for gifts. So you got lots of options with this mod. Really great stuff here. And there it is. Weave Woven Visages by Voltes 8. Now this mod is really exciting. The new CC camera angles mod by Lumidaire. This totally changes everything because it changes the way that the character models are going to be looking. So normally they kind of have like an upwards tilt. Now this is more direct and at the player character themselves. So if you're like me, who have probably spent hundreds of hours in the character creator over the last 3 years, this mod is a game changer. So yeah, it just brings the characters a little bit closer. So I find this is really nice, especially if you're going for the character, like if you're creating multiple characters like myself. Again, this is just super useful. So I'll have this in all my future videos just because I like the way that it looks. It's much better in my opinion. So cleaner, just more direct, I guess. I've always felt like there's been something off with the camera angles in the vanilla version of the game, and yeah, this just fixes it in my opinion. So very nice. New CC camera angles by Lumidaire. I'm going to group up all the different mods from the character creator mods here. So the next one we got is the Precious Head presets Rosalyn here by Precious Little Ball Babe. Now, this is the Rosalyn head, the head that I started off the video with my character using. I really like this one. It's a solid head, and yeah, that is what we're looking at there. Available for all body types except for the gift. So yeah, body type 1 I should say, and that is what it looks like for all the different options. I think this is a really nice head mod. Elves and tieflings will have 2 different types of ears to choose from. So yeah, the Precious Little Heads by Precious Little Ball Babe, the Rosalyn. Next up, we got the LMDR Quad Head Pack by Lumidaire as well. So this is another head pack that's got some great choices. So we have here the Holly head, so this one here. We follow that up with Eileen. And we also have Emotion, very mature, I like this, stern look, and Diona. So yeah, 4 new head selections here. I think these are really nice. I will go through their images here because they do a great job of showcasing what is possible with this. So yeah, I really enjoy this. Very good head mod by Lumidaire. TLDR, download LMDR. Next up, we got Sweet Little Hair Pack Volume 2 by Sweet Generous Things. I'm a huge fan of their hair mods, and that is also the hairstyle that you see on my character here. So I will go through the options here. I do have the highlights cranked up to the max, so it obviously will not be that intense if you go with something a little bit lighter, but I want to showcase the max because they do a really great job of highlighting the hairstyles in this game. So this is really nice. If you've seen the other videos of mine, I talk about these mods often. They are some of the best hair packs in the game, offering very unique hairstyles. I really like the long ones as well, so this is another incredible one. I started off the video with this long hair here, so pretty cool stuff. It's got hair physics, and then the wildfire as well. So yeah, that is the Sweet Little Hair Pack Volume 2. I will quickly go through their images here because they again do a great job of capturing what is possible with this without me just using the white and blue hair color. So yeah, that is the Sweet Little Hair Pack Volume 2 by Sweet Generous Thing. Now we're going to look at some clothing mods, and there's always some great stuff here on Nexus. Now, first off, we got the Apostasy Onyx collab by Ayuro here. Now, this is the outfit that you see on my character here, and this is a collab. There's another follow-up one with this. Now what's cool about this is you do get a bag here with 35 different pieces in it, and there is also the ability to use shoulder pads if you wanted to, and these all come with a clothing variant here because if you use this as just a piece of clothing, it is going to set your armor class to 1, so I'd recommend using some type of transmog mod to be able to change that over. But yeah, this is a really nice looking set of armor here, as you can see. Ignore the Stormbreaker and Mjolnir. Love this, big fan. And I'm looking through my tutorial chest here for the next one, but it is not popping up, unfortunately. But next up is the Apostasy Clothing Ayuro collab by Onyx here. Now, this is really sweet. I'll go over their images here so you can see what this has. It also does come with its own benefits, giving charisma modifier temporary hit points, +1 armor class, as long as you're not wearing a shield or wearing armor. You also get a +2 charisma with the helmet here and Psionic Pulse, which does a 48 of psychic damage. The bracers will also add an additional 1d4 of psychic when you're concentrating on an attack. You ignore difficult terrain, and you can also do the confusion spell with the cape here. So this is what it looks like for all the different body types available, so full customization, and it does come with 4 different dyes here, so you got those options as well. And here are some screenshots to show you what this looks like, and you see the collab outfit right there. So yeah, this is a really nice new group of mods combined together. So yeah, another sweet outfit mod here by Onyx. Next up, we got the Courtship Collection. This is by One Eye Askew, which adds in outfits for not just the body types 1, but also we got body type 2 as well. So if you're wondering why Gale looks so dapper, that is because of this outfit here. I really like this. It fits well, and it looks, I mean, lore appropriate for Baldur's Gate 3. You can walk around Act 3 and feel like you belong with these outfits here. Also love the little hand glove type things on this outfit here. And you can also dye these. So this is just the regular red and white dye from the base game. You don't even need to use the fancy mod dyes, but I'd highly recommend checking those out because things like favoring colors can really breathe life into these outfits. But I think this looks really cool. Just want to highlight this one here. So yeah, this has 2 different outfits here with some dye support. And finally, we have the 14th of the Hell Triss Marigold outfit by Yanhee. You may have remembered a couple weeks ago I covered Ciri's outfit in Baldur's Gate 3, and now we have Triss's. So if you haven't played Witcher 3, highly recommend going and playing it. It will have console mod support, possibly this time, sometime this year, or maybe into the next year. So I know there's a lot of people that watch for console mods. That will potentially be a new one, but this is Triss's outfit. One thing I appreciate about it with CD Projekt Red is they're always open for people to use their assets in other mods for other games. I really like that. It's why you see a lot of Cyberpunk and Witcher mods in Baldur's Gate 3. So yeah, this looks amazing here, and it actually fits within Baldur's Gate 3 and actually looks very natural. Like, this could have been a base game outfit and I wouldn't have known the difference just because it looks so just natural. And if you want to be funky fresh, it also has a version that has dye support. It actually does a really good job of dyeing the outfit there. So yeah, that is the 14th of the Hill Triss Marigold's outfit by Yanhee. Honestly, solid week of mods in Baldur's Gate 3. Let me know your favorite in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you enjoyed, and I hope you guys all have an incredible day. We'll catch you in the next one.